Hey guys, welcome back to Screwless Homestead. Today, I'm going to try to keep the video short and sweet. I have a problem with that, so it might not be short and sweet, but I'm going to try my best. After talking to my little cousin the other day, and I realized, I'm planting in ground, but I've planted quite a few different ways over the years, so I wanted to give you some options. So today we'll be going over different ways to garden on a budget. Not on a budget, and when for free. So, just a little bit of odds and ends. I'm going to get my stuff together, get my supplies together, and we'll go over it. Well, the first option we're going to go with is container gardening. This is a 5-gallon bucket. You can grow many things in a 5-gallon bucket. I have grown tomatoes in them. And peppers. You can grow carrots in them. This is a good option. These buckets, you can look on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes you find them, people selling them. I ended up with all my buckets. They had cherries in them. And it was a restaurant selling them, I believe. And I ended up with around 100 and something buckets, and I think my husband gave $75 for them, so less than $1 a piece. You drill some holes in the bottom, and it works.
Hello.
I'm never alone, guys, never. But anyway, drill you some holes in them. Put you some gravel, a little bit of gravel, just a little bit for drainage in the bottom, and fill it all the way up. And plant you a tomato plant. Plant you a pepper plant. This year we have squash bugs so bad. And one of my favorite foods is zucchinis, yellow squash, summer squash. So that's my plan this year. I'm going to try me a zucchini in there with a tomato cage. I'm going to let it grow up instead of out. And I'm excited to try that experiment. I'll bring it along with me. This is an option. And overall, I will say it's a cheap option. It's not cheap. Another option is a raised bed. Now you can get a 6x3 metal raised bed on Amazon for $38-40. Is it top of the line? No, but will it last more than one season? Yes, it will. So for about $40 you can get you a raised bed. Again, that's in the grand scheme of things, if you say you needed 6 of those beds, that's going to cost you around with taxes and all, around $300 at $40 a pop. And overall, if you could do a whole garden for $300, that would be good. But we're missing a key ingredient to make that successful. And we're going to talk about that one first. The same thing with the 5-gallon buckets. Filling these 5-gallon buckets up, you're going to have to buy soil. Soil can get expensive. So, whereas this is a good option for small spaces, it don't always equal out as the cheapest option. You've all seen my green stock. See if I can get it in the camera. Yeah, there it is. She's out there. I love the thing. Love it. But I had to save to buy that. Because it wasn't something that I could just easily afford. Just, it wasn't pocket change for me. $100 and odd. That's a bill money for me. So that was saved. And yes, I do have 3 of them. The other 2 were gifts from my daughter. One was for Mother's Day and one was just because she loves me. Great options. Those are wonderful options. I love my green stock, but you still have to buy soil to fill it up. And that is the 7-tier leaf one. It takes about 3/4 of a bag, 1 cubic foot bag for each tier on that one. There's about 3/4 of a bag on that one for each level. And on the other one, I think it takes almost maybe 1 cubic foot of soil for the other, the regular ones. Soil is expensive. You can easily spend anywhere from $40 filling it up to $100, $200. It's according on what kind of soil you use to do it. Definitely use potting soil. Same thing with the 5-gallon buckets. Potting soil. Don't use garden soil or anything like that. Potting soil. Let's see. So we went over the 5-gallon buckets, the raised beds. The raised beds, a 6x3 raised bed. You're going to have to buy soil for it as well. And, hold on, let me do the math. Okay, I done my math in my head, and I'm probably wrong, so don't quote me on this. But this is just a rough estimate. A 6x3 foot bed with the 1 foot height. You're going to use roughly about 18 1 cubic foot bags to fill it up. Now, what I do, and when I use a raised bed, is yes, I will, that is a lot of soil. But I will take the first 6 inches of my raised beds, and I will fill it with leaves, sticks, chicken coop clean out after I've let it set for a while. I will do all that. And then I will put 6 to 8 inches of soil on top of it. It cuts about the soil needs in half, and you don't have to buy 18 bags. You can just buy 9 bags. But soil is still, you know, expensive when you get down to it. You can buy a cheap bag for about $7 to $8 of potting soil. Or you can buy, well, potting soil and raised bed soil and garden soil, or all 3 different things. I do kind of a mixture of garden soil and bagged compost when I fill up a raised bed. Just to give it more loofiness. But it still costs us money. Now, here's an option. An option I have used before because it was a cheaper option. All around, all I did was buy 1 bag of black cow manure or compost and 1 bag of garden soil. And guys, I didn't do nothing fancy, nothing special. And you just can't see the fence line right now because everything's in front of it. But when I first moved into this place, it was the beginning of spring, and I really didn't have the time to put in a garden. I dug me a hole. I just took my little hand shovel here, and I dug me a hole. I dug it twice the size it needed to be in a circle. And I took a shovel of the black cow and a shovel of garden soil, and I put in that hole. And then I planted my tomatoes in, and I backfilled it. And I think I laid cardboard down around the bottoms of them. I just weeded it real low to the ground where I wanted my tomatoes, and dug me a little hole. That costed me less than $20, and I grew, I think, 15 tomato plants along that fence. And I still had soil left over, so I think I ended up putting it in some buckets. But there's options, guys. And if you want it in the ground, if you have the time to till up a garden, I don't know where everybody's at, but where I'm at, It's a little bit late to be tilling in the garden. You can still do it. Definitely, you can still do it. But it's a little late in the season because you need to get, if you're going to do a till garden, you're going to need 2 or 3 tills to help with the weed suppression before you can just plant in it. Because you can till it up once and you think, oh, this looks good, the weeds are gone. Honey, no, all you did was just turn your soil over and those seeds are in the bottom. And they're going to sprout and they're going to come up and you're going to have a garden full of weeds. If you're going to do a no-till garden, it's a little late on that one as well. Not saying that it couldn't happen and you couldn't use a fall garden. You can start it right now and do it. But there is still options. If you did not get it tilled one end, did you not get started on a no-till garden, do not already have a garden established, there are plenty of options. And just choose one. But I would tell you the cheapest option is to dig a hole in the ground, put a scoop of good compost, a scoop of garden soil in it, put your plant in it, backfill, and put you some cardboard around it. You will have a tomato plant. You will have a pepper plant. You will have whatever it is you put in that ground. And that cardboard is going to suppress those weeds around it. But happy gardening. I'm going to get off here. I got to go make some dinner for these yahoos. And you will see, I will be using 5-gallon buckets this year. I'll be using raised bed buckets, raised bed gardens. I will be using an in-ground method. I will be using every which way I know. Of course, I'm using my green stock. But guys, listen. Oh, there was another thing I was going to talk to you about before I get off of here. Soil. Soil is important. You can go with any type of planting, potting soil, garden soil, raised bed soil you want to fill up any of the options that I've given you. Here's the thing. If you are going to use this 5-gallon bucket and put soil in it, you can do the kind that's not fertilized at all. What is that like? Weird light shining. Well, anyway. You can, do unfertilized soil. I choose to do fertilized soil. I know it's not organic or whatever, but it gives my plants a boost. And then after about a month of them being in whatever they're in, I will start feeding them. But so that's your choice. If you get the soil that's already got fertilizer in it or not. Either way, it will work. Hi, Robbie.
Hello.
But just have fun gardening. And I will see you on another day. Be nice to someone, help someone. And for Ricky, since he's already walked off, I will say, don't forget to like and subscribe. And keep rattling on. Bye.